If I had to start my comic collection over today, I'd do a lot of things differently, and it would have saved me a lot of money. What's good? It's your boy Willie B, and I've been collecting comics for the past several months, and this is how my collection got started. What actually got me into comics was actually me reading manga. If you can see here, I have Berserk. I was reading Berserk first, and then I went on to read things like Gundam and that nature. And I was like, oh, I like comics. Well, not comics. I like comic book characters, but like I'm tired of waiting to see all these my favorite characters on the big screen and movie theater and stuff like that. So I decided to get comics, and I first kicked off my collection by getting Absolute Batman single issues, trying to get the single issues for those, but it's already been out a while. This is probably like last October, and I think the trades is already out, but I didn't know anything about the trades at first, so I was trying to get single issues. I'm like, this can be expensive. So going back, I was trying to get single issues, but now I see if I would have got the trades, which I end up did after a while, could have saved myself some money there. Now, granted, there are definitely some early mistakes I made. One of them in the beginning is buying too many number ones. I always felt like because this is a new series, oh, I have to get this number one. Oh, if I start from the beginning, maybe I collect it, and then all of a sudden I look at my pull list for the next week or the next month or something like that. I'm like, oh, there's number two on there. I didn't even read that number one for that last week. When I buy number ones, I feel like I'm obligated to finish that series. And I hate that feeling, especially if I'm not enjoying it or if I bought it and then it still doesn't seem appealing to me, then why continue buying it? That's a lesson that I'm still learning right now. I'm actually leaning more into dropping certain comics now. My pull list is getting smaller and smaller, so I'm proud of myself for that. Let's do a pat on my back for that one. Another mistake is chasing hypes. I don't really do this one. I definitely probably can, but no, not really. Because if I want it, I'll get it. But a lot of stuff do be hypes. Like for example, like when White Sky came out, I was excited for it, and then but I found myself I'm not gonna pay them overpriced price that people trying to do when they was price gouging, buying a comic and then going back and sell it online. That's a mistake that a lot of people do make, but granted, I'm not doing that one. Because really the comic was like $3, and then people bought it and was selling it online for like $30 on New Comic Book Day, and yeah, was not going for that one. Another mistake is not reading what I bought, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people suffer from this because those two BRs are very, very long. And hey, that's okay. Still, you always got something to read. You always have something that's gonna be waiting on you. Like, oh, read me, read me. I haven't read a lot. I haven't read none. Well, I can say none. I haven't read a lot of the books that I have, and that's okay because I'm gonna get to them eventually. Yeah. Another mistake is ignoring indie books. There are tons of great stories outside of the big two of Marvel and DC. You just got to check them out. Definitely suggest anything from Image, anything from ID, anything from Ignition Press. Mad Cave has been killing it as of late, and I am super excited for them, especially with Is Ted Okay? I'm feeling excited for that series. So definitely check out the indies. Don't sleep on them. And for my people that's into universes, I definitely suggest you check out Radiant Black and get into the Massive Verse. Definitely probably something you might be into. So definitely check that out. It's by Image Comics. But we all can admit FOMO is real in comic books, and you can feel like you're missing out on something. Well, I'm here to tell you, you're not. The stories are there. Hey, there might be spoilers out there, but the odds of it happening, although they're there, it might not happen for you. For example, like reading through Absolute Batman now, I see everything pops up. Yeah, I'm behind. I'm reading Absolute Batman through the trades. Eventually, yeah, I am collecting some of the newer ones right now through the single issues, but just because I like the art. I love the art on Absolute Batman, but I'm still behind on trade. I'm still on volume 2, and I know people like, oh yeah, you need to catch up, or you're missing out this and that. I'm here to tell you, you're not. It's okay to if you want to spend that money, it's like $30, $40 to try to keep up with some issue, like something, keep up with a show. I mean, a series and the single issues. Then wait for the trade paperback to come out. The trade paperback come out about if it's indie, it come out 1 to 2 months after the final issue. If it's a miniseries or something like that, or if it's just a story of arc, or if it's DC, I mean, if it's Marvel, it'll come out 3 to 6 months afterwards. If it's DC, it's probably like 6 months to a year, and you'll save yourself money there. Every single issue can range anywhere from $3 to $5, six, maybe sometimes even $7, $7, $8, depending on what it is. And by the time you look back, if we do, let's do $5 for example, because that's kind of like the norm right now. 6 single issues in a trade, 6 times 5 is 30. You can get and you can get that's for how much you was paid for all the single issues for that trade. The trade itself will be about 15, 12, 15, $18. You save some money there. That's definitely a good way to save money with comics. And also, if you go in stock trades or anything like that, you can also save even more money on that trade. So don't sleep on websites that's online like that. Granted, I'm trying to be more cautious of what I do, so I am trying to stay away from Amazon. So I do check out Intox Trades, or I do check out local comic book shops that are online, because they also offer deals on comic book trades and omnis as well. Another thing that you don't have to have every comic now. We know we'll see people on TikTok or YouTube with things of that nature suggesting comics and things. And yeah, you might see it. Yeah, they might talk it up that it's good, but you don't have to go and buy that comic right now. That's something I had to learn as well. I had mail coming here probably every other day, I'll say, my wife will say. And yeah, in the beginning, I was kind of racking up books kind of fast, and then I slowed down from there because you know why? First, I'm not gonna have the time to read them. Eventually, I will, like I said, but it's just not worth it. And you're just spending your money out, and yeah, your money is valuable. It's also your time, and you don't have a lot of time to read a lot of these comics. Well, a lot of people don't have a lot of time to read all these comics. My early mindset was definitely seeing people on TikTok and things of that nature, like having a complete runs and things of that nature. But honestly, I grew away from that. So whether you're a completionist or you're the hype chaser, hey, kudos to you. But I've started to grow into whatever resonates with me, I'm gonna collect. I say collect what resonates with you emotionally. And consider I'm still early in my journey, I'm glad I kinda learned that early. And also interest been saving me money. Also, you'll notice if you do go to your local comic book shop, LCS, do that determine, don't be afraid to just read a book right then and there. And if you like that book, just buy it. No one's rushing you out of the comic book store. No one didn't say you can just stand there and just read comics, because you can. So don't be afraid to. And then yeah, go from there. If them first couple of pages not grabbing you, then put it back on the shelf. But if it does, maybe consider buying it. And there you go. That'll be another way for you to weed out what you don't want to read and what you will read. As I journey into comics, as you can see, my indie comic collection is here. I also found that more of the stories from indie comics I actually resonated with as well. There are a lot that you can learn from comic books. If you're like me and you love to sometimes read something that can make you hit you right in the feels, Daniel Warren Johnson is your guy. And if you want a hard recommendation for Daniel Warren Johnson, then I highly suggest do a power bomb. You will cry. Comic books actually did a lot for me. I actually started reading actual books again because of comics. From comics, I went into reading again, and I found other things like lit RPGs, for example, because it interested me. Like Dungeon Crawler Carl, that's my shit now. Speaking of Dungeon Crawler Carl, there's comics on that coming out in May in the next month, so I'm definitely excited for that. And to see that all of this intertwines, all of your interests and everything intertwines into one, it's a good thing to see. It's a good feeling, and yeah, it makes you want more, and it makes you want to keep going in your interests. What I suggest is find what interests you. Check it out. Also, when you're buying comics, you don't have to just buy everything or just because it's Marvel or DC stamped on it. Find your favorite creators, follow them, support them, and things of that nature. Then maybe you'll see from there. For example, everything Stephanie Williams dropped, I always cop. Temporal, bomb. Anything Daniel Warren Johnson drops, I'm copping it, of course. Stop there. If it's art you like, then go there. If it's a Sanford Green cover, I'm definitely getting it. Or if not your favorite creators, do your favorite characters. For example, Green Arrow. I missed the Green Arrow run that just happened with Chris Condon and Joshua Williams, so I'm getting it now. I'm finding the back issues, collecting those as well. Or Deathstroke. There's a new Deathstroke run right now that I'm currently getting from number one by Tony Fleece, and I'm definitely enjoying that. But I also went back and I'm collecting all of Christopher Priest's run for Deathstroke, and that's been a pretty good journey. Now I'm at the point where certain characters I thought were my faves aren't actually my faves. For example, Batman. Yeah, I thought Batman was one of my faves, and which he is. I have a lot of Batman books, but now I'm at that point where Dick Grayson, Nightwing, is actually my fave of all the Bat family, by the way. And before someone hop in and say Damian Wayne, no, he's a prick. Tim Drake is cool though. But I wouldn't have learned that Grayson's one of my faves if I didn't start reading comics and expand from just Batman. I mean, I knew about Nightwing, but I never knew about more about the character until I actually started reading his comic books. And currently, Tom Taylor run is pretty phenomenal. I had to get the omnibus because it was pretty good. yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm currently catching up and I'm about to be on a Dan Waters run right now. And then one of my other favorite artists just took over for the Dan Waters run. That's why I say support your faves. Because now Dennis Cohen is actually an artist for with Dan Waters on the new current Nightwing run that's going on. And if you don't know Dennis Cohen, then I'll introduce you to him and introduce you to Milestone. I knew nothing about Milestone before this. Actually, I always grew up watching Static Shock and things of that nature, the show Static Shock. And then I knew he was a comic book character, but I never knew about Static, the comic books. I don't know where he came from. I always thought he was DC. But apparently, it's from the Milestone universe and from the Milestone team. And the Milestone team was a lot of, you know, writers and artists that look like me created this thing. They had hardware, they had a whole bunch of other characters, and I've been exploring this universe since. And the good way for me to explore the universe was getting this compendium of the Milestone universe. This is the first one, and it's pretty good. I got this book for about $60. There's about 1,000 pages in it, and it has a lot of the stories in it for Milestone. It has hardware issues, what 1 through 12, I believe. It has Static in it, his first couple of issues. All of them. I'm gonna introduce a lot of the characters. I'm really enjoying it. Really more I can relate more to the stories and more to the writing because the characters look like me. A lot of the characters in the stories look like me, and they relate to a lot of things that I relate to. And yeah, it's pretty good. So I highly suggest you check out Milestone Universe. And the opinion is a good way to start. At this stage, a lot of hobbies are very expensive, so I definitely suggest you narrowing down and finding out what you really value. Do you value story or do you value just price or like how much this book's gonna be worth in a year or two? Sometimes I do find myself on Comic Geek seeing how much my collection is worth. I have made a good investment so far. But what I like more is knowing that these stories are heard because a lot of them aren't. At the end of the day, your collection should sell your story, not anyone else. If you're collecting what you love, then you're doing it right. If you enjoyed this, subscribe and let me know how you started collecting.